Hey guys, Mark here, Celtic Crossbows. This afternoon we're going to be testing the light broadheads and the heavy broadheads from Steambow. Now for testing these, I got a bit of a special rig set up. It's my AR with a scope on it. Now if you think it's not special, guess again. It takes a little bit of machining work to fit the custom rail on the top, and is needed for a special reason. When you're testing a lot of bolts like I do, and you're using the conventional open sight or the red dot sight, you end up with a lot of damaged bolts, either bent, Robin Hood shots, the knocks taken out. Most of the time it's the knocks taken out, but you do get a lot of bent bolts as well, flights taken off. So when it comes to placing the bolt on target, what you see the video now is when it comes to firing the broadheads, I'm deliberately aiming wide and not putting shot on shot, because A, it cuts the hell out of the target match. I'll show you now before we start. And B, these bolts cost about £5 each. And in a session like last time, I damaged 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So about 25 quid's worth of bolts. So it gets expensive making the videos. So before we open these ones, I'll show you the target now of the shots I already done on target for comparison. And these ones here, you can see they're all spread quite wide, and that's because if I go to the rear, you can see here now where they're slicing up the archery mat. So if you put them all close together, they just rip the centre out of your mat, and these are over £60 a mat. So I'll be placing them wide deliberate. We'll be measuring the groups in the off-centre areas to see how they go. Up first, in the red corner, we got my Badger bolts. For those who don't know these, I've sold out of these now. I can't get them resupplied. I had 2,000 done and they sold out in no time. They're a 300 grain bolt. They're an alloy shaft, but they're steel shafted inside. And they have twin screws on the head to stop head steer, which you can get on the single screw versions. And the tips of the blades are actually stainless steel. If somebody uses a cheap alloy, these are top quality steel. And they was expensive to make. I probably made about £3 on a set. But people still complain about the prices, so basically I've stopped. Okay, and here's our Steambow bolts. They're roughly £30 for a pack of 3. I was charging £30 for a pack of 6. So, but now to look at initially, they look like the same bolt, but they got the single screw head design, which I'm not a fan of, but they are a carbon shaft. So we're going to get these open now and have a look. We'll go through some of the specs. Overall specs are exactly the same as mine. It's just the difference in the materials, and this makes a massive difference on the cost. I can tell you, I know from making my own bolts. These are lightweights. These are 161 grain, 6.2 by 162 millimeter, carbon shaft. These aren't cord, but these were 35 to 90 pound bow limbs. These are the heavyweights. The extra steel collar shows it's the heavyweight bolt there. So you got head, colour, head. 238 grain, same dimensions, carbon aluminium hybrid, for 55 to 120 pound bow limbs. These ones are 4. So initial appearance appears almost identical, different weight. Like I said, compared to mine again, then I was for 300 grain. We'll take them apart now. We'll look at the difference in the designs. Okay, first one then is we're going to open the 300 grain. Now these are a lovely bolt, really nice quality. See the carbon weave in the design, I like that. You can tell a quality bolt by the weave. Because some of you got dark spots or high spots, it's a cheap bolt, or I would call a reject bolt. But these are really good quality weave. Check the tips as soon as you get them, because I've known some of these to be loose straight out of the factory. Okay, now do a side by side compare, so you actually see there is a different blade on the head. Turn a little bit. They are different manufacturers. Mine was produced, well, in partnership with Elong Archery, and I don't know who makes the bolts are Steambow, but I made mine along with the Elong, and somebody's had away with Elong and they can't be imported no more either. So that's it today, and I think what we'll do, we'll test some on the AR-6, we'll test some in the M10 as well, see how they compare. Okay, going to open now as well now. This is the heavyweight bolts. And once again you can see is a really nice, and get a light on here, is a really lovely finish on the carbon, good quality. Aluminium knocks as well, that's a good giveaway that they're a quality bolt. Mine are alloy knocks as well. All the cheap ones got plastic knocks. Really all very soft flights, which is great for using on the stripper. When you're buying your bolts, folks, check they got nice soft flights like these, that's quality. If they're a really thick plastic kind of vein, the stripper won't work with them, but these lovely soft rubberized veins, they will work beautiful. So let's check our heads. Aha, a little bit of play in that one, we'll tighten that up. There's no problem, that's what the screws are there for, to tighten them. Alright then folks, here's the bolts we'll be using. Steambow lightweight practice, Steambow heavyweight bodkin, Steambow heavyweight practice, lightweight bodkin, heavyweight broadhead, and my 300 grain Roger bolts, and let's see the results we get. Alright then guys, first three with a lightweight broadhead. Okay, and now I'm going to load up with the three heavyweights. There's all that run through in one go. There's a stop and reset the shot every time. So 3 broadheads in, heavyweight broadheads in. Miles wide. And like I said, true to form, a really wide spread with the AR-6 magazine. Okay, so look here now. So even with a 35-pound limb, it's out to the back. Let's see how they've gone through. Okay, starting to just poke through. Whereas my heavier 300 grain Badger bolts, as you can see, are smacked all the way through. So weight does make a difference. So here we are with the lightweight bolts as opposed to the heavies. So about about 75 grains difference between the two bolt types. Let's pull them out. Okay, so let's go our bolts then. They've all survived really well. There's no play in the head. Flights are good. Flights are good. No play in the head. Flights are good. And that's because I use them on a nice soft archery mat. If I'd use them against a solid target like chipboard or wood, I could almost guarantee the points would have dubbed over. Even on mine, which went through the back of the archery mat and hit into the chipboard behind. Don't you see that there? There's a slight burr on the end of the tip. So even though stainless steel, when I use against a solid backstop, because you went through the mat into the backstop, they will bend. It's a fact of life, it will happen. So Jogue's testing on his video of put in Steambow bolts into a hard backstop will cause them to bend. It'll happen with any bolt, it's a fact of life. Unfortunately, we haven't all got a few million in the bank, so we have to make do and mend. Right, we're going to test them bolts again now with the M10 to see what the groups are like with the M10, see if the magazine makes any difference. Okay guys, here's our M10 mag. Get on camera. Okay, here's the two rigs side by side, the AR-6 in the background and the M10. I swapped the limbs over from the both to make it fair as possible, so you're both using exactly the same limb and with the same bolts. Here we go then folks, 6 shots with the M10. We're going to go heavyweight first, then the lightweights, and then we switch over to the AR-6. And straight through the board. You can hit in the back stop through the foam. Right, this is really interesting. This is the heavyweight bolts on the M10. It's a much tighter group. The lightweight bolts spread wider. If you look back at the video I just shot using the AR-6 first, it shot a tighter group with a lightweight bolt and a wider spread, a much wider spread with a heavyweight bolt. So let's take these out now, or try to. So these are the heavyweights come out first. They have the silver band around the collar. All the bolts are undamaged. Okay folks, well, what have we found? We found 3 things. The AR-6 prefers lighter ammunition. We're using a lightweight bolt or lightweight limb, it prefers lighter ammunition. The M10 prefers heavy ammunition. It can be better groups by sticking up, it can be better groups with the heavier bolts, as you've seen from the mats. Now these series of shots here, again, we're all pretty much lightweight bolts, apart from the one set, and these was dropping low, which you would expect with a heavyweight bolt. So yeah, if for choosing bolts then, for the M10 I would definitely lean towards heavier bolts. It's something about the system, I don't know what, it seems to favour heavier bolts better. The AR-6 seems to prefer lightweight bolts better. Perhaps that's because back in the day when it was designed for the AR-6 it was mostly lightweight bolts available, whereas now they tend with the higher power limbs and the modern advanced polymer design, etc. It seems to suit the heavy bolts much better. So I'm going to get some wall bolts in next, and I'm going to get some of the Saxon bolts, I think it is, from Gogan, and we're going to give them a bit of a head-to-head as well, see which comes out better. Again, only using a 35-pound limb. You can see the penetration punching through this thick foam rubber mat and sticking into the 1.5 inch chipboard behind. You do not need a lot of power for broadheads. They will cut through almost anything. They will certainly cut through a t-shirt. They will certainly cut through your organs. And a fair shot, I would more than definitely say, they would cause critical damage. So if you watched this far, hit the old like and subscribe, share the hell out of the video, consider giving me a tip on PayPal or the super like below, and help me get monetized by sharing the video as well, folks. Press the notifications button, and I'll look at my merch as well. If you actually go over on to Spring, the prices are cheaper on it than through the listing below. So thanks for watching, thanks, and bye bye.